Hey, this is Terry and Francis again. We're doing a third version of this build a journal screen because we saw a couple ideas that came up right after the video and a couple of things we might want to tweak a little bit. One of the first things we wanted to talk was if you have the default templates. In other words, if you create a new page, and we've got an example of a template sitting right here, do we always want to give you a blank screen every time to populate with a template? And the basic answer is no. We want a default, at least if it's not the first page in a brand new journal. Francis, what do you think about our default template idea?
Right, so if I'm creating something and I want to add a new page, the template that will automatically fill will be the same template as the previous page. So if I'm here on page 3 and I add another page, it will take page 3 style.
So the previous page in that journal, not just the last template you selected wherever you were. Okay.
Yes. And
then another thing we wanted to get to was what if you've got a template and you've already filled out a page and now you change your mind and you actually want to change the template? So you could effectively drag a new template, for example, down to that, or...
Right, so if you, for some reason, change your mind and you drag a template down onto an existing template with assets already filled in, we'll prompt the user and say, do you want us to add a new page after this, or do you want to replace the template on the existing page? And if they decide to do that, we do want to warn our users that the objects that are already populating might be distorted in this new template that they picked.
Okay. Okay. Another thing we wanted to talk about was what I've actually got is a note at the top of the page where it talks about navigating pages. Is that something we've already covered? Or maybe...
Well, I wanted to say that in this screen, not only will you be able to delete and add pages, but I'd like the user to be able to rearrange and order it. So if I wanted to drag this and turn this into page 3, I could do that.
Oh,
kind
good.
of the same feel as the native iOS when you're reorganizing your home screen.
Do we want to give the user anywhere else on this interface an opportunity to delete a page, like the page that they're currently working on?
I only want it to be in this screen because I want it to be difficult for them to do it. I want it to be a very arbitrary action that they make sure that they want to do. So if you decide to delete this, you're in this screen, you delete, we're going to say, are you sure you want to delete this? You're going to wipe this and all its contents from your book. So that's just an extra precaution, just so we make sure that the user really intends to delete something.
Okay. Last thing was this complex issue of if you're going to add paragraphs and titles, you're going to enter text. It started to lead to a discussion about the look and feel of the journal that you build. We can't just give everybody the same color background and everybody the same color font. But on the other hand, for a January release, we can't go chasing a rich text editor and stuff it into a phone. So what's our solution?
So we want to have preset themes, just a few themes that the user can select from. So for example, if they pick that they want to have a background that's dark, then you would get white-ish text. You would get this font. You would get this type of feel to it, basically. Whereas if you pick white, then you get these colors. So we're somewhat limiting the user so that we can make sure that everything is styled simply and that it can be built.
Okay, so we're talking about 3 themes in general, and it's like maybe a black background,
right,
or
very, very simple, very clean. We don't want to overcomplicate things and give them too many choices up front.
What about the option of, and we were trying to think as a parking lot issue, we've actually got written up, can we give font size options within the themes? And that sounds messy. Now, what if we were going to text that resized itself to the dimensions of the object borders within that theme? In other words, it's white text, Arial, but it's going to be as big as it can be to fit into that box. Is that a good or bad idea?
I think that's a bad idea because you could end up having lots of different font sizes depending on how much content you fill into that box.
Good call.
So if we're going to give them a theme, they will have to abide by the specific CSS styles for titles, which would be headers, for paragraph text, for captions, for all of that type of stuff.
Okey-doke. Thank you very much.